Justin the Ray Show. It's Justin the Ray Show. Justin the Ray Show.
Welcome to the Justin and Wade Show. I'm Wade. That's Justin. Justin, let's talk about. Jared had also asked us to do a classic video games episode. Let's talk about classic video games.
This comes requested from Jared again. So this is Jared's got 2 requests. Good for you, Jared.
Yeah, good for Jared. Obviously Super Mario Brothers. I mean, that was like my first video game that one of my friends had it, so I would just want to go over to their house to play, but you really just want to go play their video game system because you didn't have one yet.
So the only reason you hung out with that person was for the video games? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Not the only reason, but I mean, you know.
It added to it. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. That was a fun one. I was never good at it, but I enjoyed it at least. And then Oregon Trail, that was a great one.
I never really played. I know it's a classic. I know it's the original PC game, but I never really played.
I never really played it.
Trail. We used to play a lot of Nintendo stuff though. When I finally got a Nintendo. Remember that basketball game Arch Rivals, where it was like you pick different people and you could punch each other and do stuff like that.
Do you remember? You ever play Blades of Steel? I think that's what it's called. That was a hockey game
the hockey game
where you could fight in the middle of it. And that was like all you try to do.
Yeah, that was one. They used to have the arcade at the skating rink. Actually,
oh really?
Nice. Skating rink arcade games were classic. Double Dragon. Remember Double
Dragon? Yeah. And Double Dragon. Contra was a good one.
Yeah, any games that you could play. I'm still the same way. Any co-op games, man.
Co-op
games you could play with friends are the best.
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog was classic. What was the one? It's still out there. Is it Mega Man? Where you kind of like this little
Mega Man? Mega Man. And it'll have a bunch of different bosses, and you have to go through their whole board. And then some of them because the original Mega Man, you had to like have certain weapons to beat certain bosses. So you had to figure all that out. Like you go all the way through a board, get to a boss. You know, why can't I hurt this dude? Oh, because I need the buzzsaw from this dude. And it was almost like, which was really cool back then. It made longevity to the game because not only you had to beat the board, you had to figure out whose weapons beat who. And old video games are brutal anyway because you get like 3 lives.
Back in the days. Yeah.
You die and you're done.
You had to figure out how exactly to play each board so you can make it through.
Yeah. And then when you get the patterns down, you just play it. It's so easy. You run through real quick.
Like, why did it take me so long to learn this? It's easy. You can beat this any day. Yeah. You got Donkey Kong. That was a good one.
Yeah. And Donkey Kong's still going strong.
Is it?
I know they adapt and everything. Yeah, they have. I mean, they're like Mario. They have their own different series, racing games, and different kind of games like that.
Nice. And then you got the classic 007. That was one of the first 4-person shooter games. Yeah, that was fun. I went over to, I think Graham was the one that had that. I played that over at his house a few times.
Nintendo 64 is so amazing. It had the 4 plug.
Is that what it was on?
Excite Bike on that too.
That sounds like really familiar.
Excite Bike 64, and you could play 4 people. I mean, it's 4-player split screen, but we used to play that so much.
I don't remember that game, but it sounds familiar. I just don't remember it.
And then like not the first, but like Rainbow Six. They had Rainbow Six on that, and that was that was.
I didn't know Rainbow Six has been around that long.
The 64 had the weird controllers, but they were amazing. It had like
is that the one that had like the things that came out, had the middle piece and the little yellow one in the
different
middle?
Games you played different ways.
Yeah.
So that was the first shooter I really played on a console where because you had the joystick over here and then you had 4 buttons over here, but the 4 buttons were how you aimed. So it was like the first game I played on a console where you moved with one and looked with the other, and it was
interesting.
The greatest. Yeah, where you could like go up steps, just like now in shooters, you know what I mean? Where you go up steps and you're turning and looking where you're going. Like that was the first game I ever played like that. It was so awesome.
Gotcha. One of my games that we had back in when I lived back in Franklin, my stepfather had, I think, a Sega, and he had golf. And I remember playing golf, and I just destroyed him all the time. That's right, Billy. I beat you at golf all the time.
We used to play a lot of golf games. Mario Golf is actually a legit golf game, man. We used to play Mario Golf a lot. Yeah.
I think it was Tiger Woods Pro Tour or something like that. That's what it was we played. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's the end of our show. Thanks for listening about classic video games.